Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're diving into the world of international search engine optimization, or SEO. This is all about optimizing your website for global success. Get ready to discover how to make your website shine across different languages and regions. So, what exactly is international SEO? Simply put, it's the process of optimizing your website for users in different countries or regions who speak different languages. The goal is to ensure that your content is easily discoverable, relevant, and properly presented to your target international audience. This involves a range of technical solutions and content strategies to effectively handle multiple languages, regional variations, country-specific domains, geo-targeting, and cultural nuances. It's all about making your website accessible and appealing, no matter where your audience is located. As you can see in the diagram, a website is optimized through language targeting, regional targeting, and technical setup. In language targeting, content translation and keyword research is done. In regional targeting, geo-targeting and catering to local preferences are done. In technical setup, URL structure and Hreflang tags are set up. One of the foundational aspects of international SEO is choosing the right URL structure. There are three primary options to consider: country code top-level domains, subdirectories, and subdomains. Let's explore each of these. First up are country code top-level domains, or CCTLDs. These use a country-specific domain extension, like .fr for France, .de for Germany, or .jp for Japan. The examples would be example.fr, example.d, and example.jp. The pros of using CCTLDs include strong geo-targeting, clear signals to users about the website's target country, and the ability to establish a local identity. However, they also come with cons such as higher costs, as you need to purchase and maintain separate domains for each country, and increased maintenance efforts. Next, we have subdirectories. With this approach, you use a folder within your existing domain to host content for different countries. For example, example.com/fr for France, example.com/d for Germany, and example.com/jp for Japan. The advantages of using subdirectories include ease of management, as everything is within a single domain, consolidated domain authority, which can help with overall SEO, and lower costs compared to CCTLDs. The disadvantages, however, include weaker geosignals, making it slightly less clear to search engines which country the content is targeting, and potentially less local relevance in the eyes of users. Finally, there are subdomains. Subdomains involve creating a separate section of your domain for each country, such as fr.example.com for France, d.example.com for Germany, and jp.example.com for Japan. The pros of using subdomains include a flexible setup, options for using different server locations for each subdomain, and the ability to implement separate tracking for each country. On the downside, subdomains can split your domain authority, potentially diluting your SEO efforts, and they can also lead to more complex maintenance. Each of these URL structure options has its own set of benefits and drawbacks. The best choice depends on your specific business needs, resources, and SEO goals. Hreflang tags are essential for telling search engines which language versions of a page are available, and which version should be shown to users in specific regions. It helps search engines understand the relationship between different language versions of your content. The code shows how Hreflang tags are implemented in the HTML head section. You use the link rel alternate tag, along with the Hreflang attribute, to specify the language and optional region. The ref attribute points to the URL of the corresponding language version. It includes the X default value for users outside the targeted region. Some key points to remember when implementing Hreflang tags. Use ISO language codes such as N for English, ES for Spanish, and FR for French. Add country codes when targeting specific regions like ENUS for United States English, or FRFR for France French. Include X default for users outside your targeted regions. Implement the Hreflang tags on all language versions of the page. Ensure that your URLs are absolute, rather than relative. And keep your tags consistent across all versions. By following these guidelines, you can effectively use Hreflang tags to improve your international SEO. Creating a strong content strategy is vital for succeeding in international markets. It helps you connect with your target audience on a deeper level. The first key element is conducting thorough market research. This involves keyword research for each target market and language, analyzing local search trends and user behavior patterns, studying competitor strategies in each region, and identifying local content gaps and opportunities. By doing this, you can create content that resonates with your target audience. Secondly, content localization is very important. It involves using native translators who are familiar with local SEO practices, adapting content for local cultural preferences and sensitivities, optimizing for local search engines, like Yandex or Baidu, and maintaining a consistent brand voice across all markets. It helps you create content that feels authentic and relevant to each local audience. Thirdly, performance tracking is essential for measuring the effectiveness of your content strategy. This includes monitoring rankings in local search engines, tracking engagement metrics by region and language, measuring conversion rates for each market, and analyzing user feedback and adapting accordingly. The goal is to measure the impact of your content and make data-driven improvements. Lastly, content updates are crucial for keeping your content fresh and relevant. This means establishing update schedules for each market, coordinating content releases across regions, maintaining content parity across languages, and performing regular quality checks on translations. This will ensure that your content remains high quality and valuable to your audience. By focusing on these core elements, you can develop a content strategy that drives success in international markets. Technical SEO is the foundation for international success. Here's a checklist to help you get it right. First, configure your server to handle multiple languages with proper character encoding. Set up content delivery networks or CDNs for each region to improve page load times. Implement proper IP detection and geolocation handling to redirect users to the correct language version. And configure language-specific sitemaps to help search engines crawl and index your content effectively. Secondly, meta tags. Include language-specific title tags, set proper meta descriptions for each language, add the language attribute to your HTML tag, and implement proper open graph tags for social sharing. Thirdly, URL structure. Choose and implement a consistent URL structure across all languages. Set up proper redirects for language detection. Implement canonical tags for duplicate content. And configure language selector with proper Hreflang tags. Lastly, monitoring. Set up Google Search Console for each language version of your site. Configure analytics with language and region tracking. Monitor crawl errors by language section. And track page load times across different regions. By following this technical SEO checklist, you can build a solid foundation for international success. When it comes to international SEO, it's easy to stumble. Let's look at some common mistakes and how to avoid them. The first common mistake is machine translation, using automated translation tools without human review. This often leads to poor quality content that can damage your brand. The solution is to invest in professional translation services, with native speakers who understand SEO principles and local culture. Another common mistake is incorrect language targeting, failing to properly implement Hreflang tags, or mixing language region codes incorrectly. The solution is to double-check all Hreflang tags, ensure bidirectional linking, and include the xDefault tag for unlisted languages. Thirdly, cookie-cutter content. Using the exact same content structure and keywords across all markets without considering local nuances. Develop market-specific content strategies based on local keyword research and user behavior. Ignoring local search engines, focusing only on Google, while neglecting other search engines like Yandex or Baidu. Optimize for all relevant search engines in each target market, and follow their specific guidelines. Poor URL structure, using inconsistent URL patterns or structures that make it difficult for search engines to understand language versions. Choose and maintain a consistent URL structure across all language versions, whether it's ccTLD, subdirectory, or subdomain. And lastly, neglecting local backlinks, not building relationships with local websites, and failing to acquire region-specific backlinks. Develop local link building strategies and engage with region-specific communities and websites. To ensure your international SEO efforts are paying off, it's essential to monitor key performance metrics. Firstly, track your regional rankings. Monitor keyword positions across different search engines and regions. SEMrush and Ahrefs with location targeting are good tools for this. Next, audience engagement. Monitor bounce rates, time on site, and pages per session by language. Google Analytics with language segments can help with this. Crawl performance. Check crawl stats and indexation rates for each language version. Tools like Google Search Console and Screaming Frog are useful for this. Secondly, technical monitoring. Page speed. Monitor load times across different regions and CDN performance. Page speed insights and GT metrics are useful tools. Hreflang validation. Regular checks for Hreflang implementation errors and consistency. Sitebulb and Content King can help with this. Server response. Monitor server response times and availability by region. Pingdom and Uptime Robot are helpful tools. These metrics and tools will help you stay on top of your international SEO performance and make data-driven decisions. To excel in international SEO, having the right tools and practices can make all the difference. Starting with SEO tools, SEMrush and Ahrefs are valuable for international keyword research and competitor analysis. A best practice is to research keywords in each target language separately to capture local nuances. Google Search Console is essential for monitoring search performance and technical issues by country. Setting up property sets for all language versions is a best practice for organized tracking. Screaming Frog enables technical SEO audits across multiple languages. Regular crawls of all language versions help identify and resolve issues promptly. Translation management. Tools like SmartLing and Localize are useful for streamlining content translation workflows. Using style guides for each language ensures consistency and quality. User testing. Platforms like usertesting.com with international panels help gather insights from native speakers in each market. This ensures that your content resonates with the target audience. And lastly, analytics platforms. Google Analytics 4 with advanced geo-tracking enable comprehensive performance monitoring. Setting up country-specific views and goals helps to tailor your strategy and optimize for each market. Congratulations on reaching the end of this international SEO overview. Let's recap the key takeaways and outline your next steps. Remember that a strong technical foundation is essential, which means proper implementation of Hreflang tags, URL structure, and server configuration. Also, that localization goes beyond translation, as you should consider cultural nuances and local search behavior. Remember to monitor the regular performance tracking across different markets, as it is essential for success. Finally, utilize specialized tools and resources for international SEO management and monitoring. Now for your next steps. Conduct a thorough technical audit of your current international setup. Develop a comprehensive content strategy for each target market. Set up proper tracking and monitoring systems for all language versions. And build relationships with local SEO partners in target markets. Keep in mind that international SEO is an ongoing process that requires regular monitoring, testing, and optimization. Thank you for joining this presentation, and best of luck with your international SEO endeavors. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.